Everybody, welcome back to GregTech New Horizons, episode 136 with me, Sid, and we are up here at the top of the Wizarding Tower, where last episode, possibly, I lose track. I've been away for a week, so that's my excuse. We made this library, and I have brought the elevator up one block from the ceiling to this floor, where we are going to put in a whole load of grass. This is going to be the start of where the Botania layer comes in. Now I need to do some planting at night because I want to get a giant mushroom, maybe around here, maybe here, because the Botania layer is where this tower is going to start morphing into a more natural, organic look. So this is where we're going to go in with that. I have got some of this, which we can scatter around, and then we'll put plenty of grass down and let it spread, and we'll have an actual living floor at this point. I think the middle is going to be where we'll have the elevator going up from now on. That's going to be, because as the tower moves inwards, it encroaches on that. So this is a thing. I'll just pile a load down. It doesn't really matter, and then we'll make sure we're lit, and we'll be good. Well, that's the theory anyway. I brought plenty of dirt, so we can get this going. I think it's probably there. We'll just stick a thing. That's where our elevator, the up elevator, is going to go. Now I can't remember. It's been a while since I actually tried to grow a giant mushroom. In fact, I honestly cannot remember the last time I grew a giant mushroom. So I can't remember whether I have to plant it on mycelium, or whether I can just go for dark and on grass. I'm fairly certain I can plant them on grass. Now the question is, when I bone meal it, will it be a giant mushroom or not? I'm assuming so. If not, we'll revisit. Because I want to work a little bit while we are, obviously I'm still working on the stainless steel. That's happening over there. I've just done another batch and I'm waiting for the steam to reaccumulate. And right, that's that. So if I put, interesting. Okay, well we'll just stick a torch there. One there. What would maybe one there. Maybe one there. That should give us everything we need. And then if I go over now, what I need to do, I think, is we'll go here. Get my magnet, so I've got that going. And we're going to pop a block of dirt there. I'm going to stick my, now this needs to get dark enough, which it may not be. Why is that light? Okay. That's going to be like that, is it? Let's try, I better stick a torch on that for the time being. Let's try the other side. Well, they're going to do that one here. And again, we'll put this down. Now if I need to get something different to get these to plant on, then I'm going to be a bit stuffed, I think. But don't know where this light's coming from. Can't be these blocks, surely. No. Okay, can I... Just need to get you down somehow. This is not playing ball, is it? Right, how am I going to handle this then? I suppose first thing I should do is make sure we're well lit. And then I need to try and figure out how to get these to place. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I think I need the obvious and easy way to do this is going to be mycelium. And to do that, I'm going to need a well, just while I'm over here, we'll... oh, we're good. We are good for another 2 stainless. I really do need to do something about that damn plant. I know I keep saying that one day it will happen. Right, so if I were to grab another mushroom, now I've got one of each, which is what I want for the actual giant mushrooms. But if I were to grab a 3rd mushroom, now what have I got the most of? I suppose it doesn't really matter, but we'll go with a red one just because I got it. I should be able to make an infestation spore if I've got enough mana in my mana pool, which is the area we're going to be working on, starting to work on our Botania infrastructure. But I'd like to also get... wow, that ate a lot. Okay. And then I need just somewhere safe to make myself some mycelium. I'm going to put down a 4x4 just because I'm not entirely sure how far this will spread. But it will spread reasonably far. And then obviously now my silk touch is the wrong silk touch. So, you know, that's the thing. But we need to probably fill that pool up again as well while we're here, and then we can head over and get the basics on. Now I also did make a whole load of living rock for this, which living rock, grab, keep a little bit. Let's just do that. I think we're going to need some of that anyway, and I can make more. That is not a problem. Grab a little bit of you. Just have a look. If I chisel you, there's not a lot in the way of stone, is there? Let me just go stone. Just wondering what variations I've got. We got andesite. Have I got any andesite? That's a very good question. If I were andesite, where would I be? I'd probably be in here. Or in a thing of large container hooferator, but surprisingly I don't seem to have any andesite, which is interesting. Okay. Yeah, limits me a little, but not hugely. So that gives me some options there. So all I need to do now is get myself back over to the tower. Let's try this. I haven't used this since I expanded, so until I've got teleportation, this is probably the fastest way I've got to get over here. That grass is growing nicely, which is always a good sign. Right, so now what we need to do is pop down our mycelium block and our brown mushroom and bone meal the hell out of it. Perfect. Then we take you out of the mix and we put you back. Now obviously that doesn't make sense sticking up there, but this is not going to be on the inside. We're going to mix this up a little bit, and we'll get the red mushroom. We'll pump the... Ow! Forgot they do that. And we'll have that out, and in this case we want that in now, and we're going to get that in there. Can't quite reach, but there are simple ways and means are. There's always a way and a means. And then we need to go on top of these and just pop in pop a torch, pop these in just so we know where we're spawn safe. Because right now we're not. We'll put discrete hidden lighting on the top eventually, but for now that will do us. Similarly up here. That should do us. Right. And then my plan is to do, so I'm going to have on the sides here, we're going to have a balcony on this side, or probably an extrusion or tower on this side and on this side. So we'll pop these down. I have got some food, so we'll eat quickly. We'll have some hash, nom nom nom. And what I would like to do is kind of build up a very naturalistic looking structure here. Now we're straying into dangerous territory because these are spawnable, so we do need to consider how we build this, and wherever possible I'm going to grab these as mushroom blocks just so we can continue and then we're going to stray into living rock and then some chiseled some living rock bricks. So this is going to look like it's kind of growing up. Oh, did not want to do that. Actually, that's handy because it gives me a spare. Oh, damn you. Don't think I can recover from that, can I? I can put that in, I suppose. Damn. Yeah, you can't get that back. If we do that, it'll look kind of like it's supposed to be there. Yeah, that works. And then we'll just continue building up here. This will be coming up Not sure how tall I want to make this either, that's the other. Because I'm going to use, well, I am intending to use floating flowers for this. So again, we've got you and you, and then here and here and here. Not sure what's going to happen there, so we will leave that intact for the time being. But like that perhaps, and like that as we come down here. So you can see where this is going, and then we're going to come in with some of this, and we'll start off. We'll just get the low level bits in first, and then we can come up like so. Maybe do that. Actually, that needs to come out, doesn't it? Now, that's non-spawnable. That's interesting. I did not know that. Oh, at least in this pack it's non-spawnable. Maybe like that. Now what am I at that? 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe 6 high. 6 would be a reasonable figure to kind of top out at. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be 6 at the top of there. We'll leave you there. Ah, damn it. Get there eventually. So kind of like that. And then what are you? You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe a little bit more of that there. And there. Still got that coming out, that coming out, and that coming out. Then we can take you. And I also need chisel. There we go. Yeah, so I can do it that way. Okay. We'll just have a few cracked ones. And eventually we shall get to, and again, these are non-spawnable, which is perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just pop these in strategic locations for the time being. Don't need a lot. Just and I'm going to take some of this out then to put in windows, but right now I'm just building up the whole thing. Right, I need to get up and do some more building, don't I? So I think this is only 5, isn't it? Yeah, so we do need one more. Now our other plan is to actually use living wood as the boundary level up here, so I'm going to need more of this definitely. But at least we are spawn safe, so that's always a bonus. Going to definitely run out of material at this rate. So that's the kind of plan. I'm going to need more of this, so we're going to have to go and get my pure daisy going. We'll work out what we're going to do on the sides, and from here we'll just go back over and get the pure daisy and make some more living rock, and we can have a look at this from the outside. That torch is obviously going to go. We'll get hidden lighting on those eventually. Let's head over. Ooh. But it's not going to be about building this episode. We are going to be pushing some boundaries. Yeah, I like that. And then there'll also be some leaves and other bits and pieces thrown in as well for good measure. This is just the starting point, but I quite like that. There'll probably be 2 floors of Botania, maybe 3 at the outside. Not entirely sure yet. That will take time. But right now I need to make some living rock. I also need to keep my eye on the various bits like that, which can now make me 2 more stainless steel. And I'll be back in a short while. Alright, this should be, that's a second stack of living rock, so I've got a few other bits and pieces. I've got some living wood, I picked up some mana glass for the windows, so it's back over we go. And let's see about getting this top level done now. I'm probably not going to plan that. Whee! Just plop. I'll probably not get a floor on, and I'm thinking I might only just do one side tower on this side perhaps, or maybe that side. I haven't decided yet. Still indecisive. Let's get on top, because what I would like to do, again this is non-spawnable, so let's get a living wood top layer in. I think that this is correct, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so this is the 7th layer, which will come around all the way like so. We also need to just convert you over into stone, into living rock I should say. That can go there. And yeah, apologies if I'm a bit sniffly, I am coming down with a cold. I've had everybody at work today telling me that I sounded terrible, which is not something you want when you're feeling. You don't want to be told you sound terrible, you want to be told you sound great. I mean, obviously you won't, but yeah, difficult. Anyway, yes, so we're going to have this all the way up to here. Then of course we're going to need to put the living wood trim on. That will give us the overall structure. We can work out where I want some windows and so on and so forth. Hopefully I've got enough wood. I'm not sure whether I will have, but we'll find out. It's not difficult to make, it's just a bit of a pain. Right, there we go. That gives us that. And just need to decide what we're going to do I think we're going to put the actual tower on this side, and I am going to build this up like that. Got plenty of that, so we'll go with that, and then you can be... Look at it. Now, windows. I am inclined to keep these fairly simple, and I'm also inclined to get my magnet out so I can pick things up easier. So there. We'll do this, to sort this in a moment. And that, hopefully 24 mana glass is enough. And then I need to decide what I am going to do for the floor. It is just enough. I'm going to need a little bit for whatever I do on this tower out here. Oh dear, sorry, pardon my runny nose. Okay, I need to have a think about this, I think, because it's probably going to be... let me just grab you for a second. And we'll take these out here. And we'll go with the living rock variety instead. And we'll just keep it as simple as we can, which is going to be probably something like this. And then we can, sorry, this nose is really starting to get quite runny. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, with the exception of the roof, the tower's on the side there, we've got a floor on. I'm just going with the same wood, and we'll double thickness the floor again, and we'll come up with another layer for the Botania. But we need to work on this. So the observant amongst you will have noticed that there's a mana pool in my inventory, and that needs a mana steel plate. So I'm going to need a mana steel. Now I may have one made. If I do, I'm laughing. If I'm not, don't, then I'm not. I also need a crucible, which I don't think I've got anything like even close to crucible-ness over here. First things first, let's mana steel plate. Mana steel plate. And eventually you say, oh, there we go. Mana steel plate. Lovely. Because that dilute pool is not doing me any favours. And this is a thing, so we need the crucible. Now the crucible was it a wand on a thing? I can't remember. We definitely need 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. I'm going to wonder, can I? Hang on, can I I don't know, I can't on living rock break those, damn it. Should have been a bit more cautious. Again, it's not a problem. I've got tons and tons and tons of thing. I only need 1, 2, 3, and that will go through on program 1 on a cutting machine. Okay, that's fine. While I'm at it, we shall leave those mana glass windows. I did another thing, so that's doing its thing, that's all good. Cutting machine, do your thing. And then we just need the Crucible. Well, this is a quest item, so we're progressing the Botania quests. What I need to get to is, I need to get to an Agricarnation, which is some way away, because we need to get into runes first, and we haven't even made one rune of the basic things, and the Agricarnation requires... See, the Agricarnation actually, you know what, I am beginning to question... Grows crop faster. It's not the Agricarnation, is it? It is the... Oh, hang on. Not generating, it's a functional flora. It's the one that I want is the... Oh, where are you? Jaded Amaranth. That still needs a rune of spring. Okay, that's fine. We still need a rune of spring, so that is absolutely not a problem. Right, do I have a spare thing? I don't think. So presumably I'm going to need a... So Crucible, we make... I'm fairly certain it's a wand on a... Oh, no, is it called Cauldron? So it's just iron plates with a hammer. Okay, we can manage that. Probably even got the iron plates. Be very surprised if I haven't. Oh, I'm surprised. Do I have any iron about kicking around? I might have a little bit. I can't be bothered to walk all the way back out to the low voltage rolling machine, so it is what it is. Get myself a hammer. One of them. Need to go over to the magic spot. Go. Wee bonk. So yeah, that's starting to look there. We're going to get a bit of. We'll get some greenery on the outside as well, but I think I'm kind of done with the building for this section. But we got very simple windows, and there we go. Perfect. Let us. I'm fairly certain you just hit this with a wand, as I recall. I may be wrong. No, I wasn't wrong. And then we can, well, we can craft that here, I presume. I don't know whether we... Yeah, there's no actual cost. So that's good. There's our quest. And you see we're heading for the runic altar. So we need a mana pool. We got that. That gives me some of that. Then we've got the alchemy catalyst. That's where we need to go next. Okay, I need to research that. Why do I have to research that? Why is it in Thorncraft? Okay, let's have a look. Botania. Mana pylon, alchemy catalyst. Oh, so I do need to do the alchemical construct. Okay. GregTech, why are you like this? Okay. And a mana pearl, a couple of brewing stands, some of that, and some things. But the first thing we need is that. Now I had got that actually in my. That's your flower duplication. I haven't even got flowers, so floral cultivation. Tulips are last year's fad. Okay. Well, that's your virusy thing. That is your runic altar. We might as well get that while we're at it because we are going to. Oh, I need a runic matrix for that. Oh, and it's in dangerous instability. Okay. This just keeps getting better and better. I use the word better and better loosely. Right, we can get rid of you. Let us come back out of here, so we are some way away from that again, because you put me back into Thorncraft. Oh. And you put me into the Alchemy Catalyst, which is that one. So I need those. I'm definitely going to need one of those. Well, I need three of those, don't I? Okay. And okay, that's fine. We can work the Crucible. That's not a problem. Okay. Thormium blocks. Block of thormium is 9 thormium ingots in there. How much thormium have I got, if any? The answer is none, I think. So I need to bring some iron, unless I've got any kicking around. I don't. We've got Recantatio, that's not a problem. In fact, I've got quite a bit of that in crystallized form. I'm very tempted to hello, hang on, get those going and let me just have a look, see what we've got going on here then. Precantatio, yep, that's all doing its thing. So what, 9, 18, 27 thormium? Well, I suppose it's a start, 27 iron, and then we can make 27 thormium, and thormium is compressor, that. Yeah. You're not going to show me actually how to make thormium. 4 per. So there's not even enough there to make. I think we've got enough to make 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and a half. So we're going to have to run that for a while. Okay, well that's going to be my mission to start off with. Get myself plenty of Precantatio crystals, because that just makes life easier for me. And I've got plenty of sources of Precantatio over here. That's big. Then once I've run out of that, then I'll worry about other sources. But have I got an empty thing? I have. I'll just borrow that. And then you can go there. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, this is enough for one block of thormium. And there is another 2 blocks of thormium once they are turned through. I need 36 per, so we haven't quite got enough there, but you know, I need to process all of this stuff. But for the quest item, well, for this quest, I just need 2, but for the to actually do the other side of this equation, that I only need one. So, you know, let's get one of these done, and then we're laughing for the Botania line, and I've got this ready for the Thorncraft line, and we will continue that. But the obvious and progressive thing for me right now is to keep pushing these forward while I'm waiting for that lot to filter. So that is a thing. I'm hoping. Oh, damn it! Did not quite make it. I need to get myself another launcher over at that side for the time being. You can just do it if you. I've still got my mage armor on as well. I'm taking risks, being a brave boy. But yeah, so that will give me that. I probably need to get a little bit more gold stuff to make the thing. There should be a compressor there. Let me just have a look. These require gold springs and gold plates. So maybe I do some of those as well, just to be on the safe side. Maybe like maybe 16 plates, maybe, just to make sure I've got them. And then 32 springs, which would be 16 gold again. I mean, while I've got it, I might as well use it. Have I got the wire mill? The wire mill is out here. Wire mill. And you, hang on, let me get this one right. Our program 1. That won't take long, then we'll put those through the bending machine. That will go in a bending machine on program 1 to make springs. Okay, I actually do need to put some of this stuff away as well while I'm over here, so I'll sort that and be back in a sec. Alright, just we're going to leave, this is going to be, I think, the last bit of this episode. We are going to get the alchemical construct done. And I think that will put us halfway to the other one, but we do need to make more. We're obviously processing these. You need to come and be, what we'll do next, those perhaps. That's enough for another chromium block there. But we got that going. Now we need, we need a hoofer, what's it, brewing stands, which might be easier said than done. No. No, not working. I've made that jump several times, and every time I try it now, I just can't make it. But if we've got the brewing stands, we might be all right. We'll check if I should have an ender pearl. That might be enough mana in a pool to make a mana pearl, which might just be enough to do everything we need. But it requires me to have brewing stands, and I'm not sure whether I've got them or not. In terms of stainless, I think we're getting close to the point where we can get a second medium voltage hooferator in there. Brewing stands might be got one, might be my limiting factor now. Blaze, aluminium, cauldrons. I may potions, but not brewing stand. I can try for the mana pearl. That's a thing we can do. We've got you. I've got mana steel. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. So it's that I think is going to be my sticking point, unless I've got 2 already over in the space with the space. Let's see if we can make this mana pearl, because that will be, then we can go and see if we've got one. We're laughing. I'm just going to check the obvious spot, because this was everything that was in the house. I'm not hopeful. There is not enough mana in that pool to deal with that. So we need to drain the pool into a mana tablet and put this one down, because we need more mana to make a mana pearl, which I suspected would be the case. I think I've got a mana tablet up here. No, I don't. Do I have a mana tablet anywhere? I mean, it would seem to be a thing I would have had by now. Just keep looking at this, kind of going, I'm sure I should have had one. There's not one in any of my bauble slots or in any of my equipment slots. Mana tablet, mana tablet. Oh, I can do it with a mana diamond. Okay, well, I've got a mana diamond, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. That should give me the mana tablet. I could have sworn I would have had one, but you know what? It's really not jumping out of the screen at me, so now we can go and probably need to make sure I've got my wand on me. There we go. Can't believe I haven't got a mana tablet. That is bizarre. Don't waste coal coke on that, because that's just gonna, that little dilute pool just has got no capability whatsoever. So I'm going to need to set you to drain. See, barely even registers that. We'll take you out. And we put you down. And we bind you to that. Then I've got somewhere abouts I put the, well, I can actually go with the coal coke now, can't I? Because there's a big enough pool. So where did I put? I think it was, I've got some charcoal blocks up there as well. But I am conscious that recently I have been overrunning significantly, and the last few episodes that I've recorded have gone over an hour, and I don't want to continue doing it like that. So let's get you going. You should be doing that, so I can drop that in. You can see there's barely, the dilute pool is terrible compared to that. Whereas, and I'm going to guess, if I look at usage of that in a mana pool, we need like probably about 1/8 to make a mana pearl. So we're nowhere close. I'm going to have to feed this for a while to get that. So, oh, we've got a mana pool trophy. Cool. But on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. We have got the start of our new Botania level. We'll get that dressed up some more in the coming episodes, and I think we're very close to be able to put a second generator up there, so that's going to be good. That will take us closer to getting our 4 up to medium voltage. But until next time, thanks for watching. I will see you soon, and bye for now.